You have been using the wrong hair products your entire life, and the reason is not the brand, not the price, and not your genetics. The reason is that you do not actually know your real hair type. That changes right now. Here is a number that will make you uncomfortable. The average person spends between 8,000 and 15,000 rupees every single year on hair care products. Shampoos, conditioners, serums, oils, masks, and most of those products are doing absolutely nothing because they were chosen based on a guess. You saw an influencer with shiny hair, you bought what they used, and your hair looked exactly the same as before, maybe worse. The problem is not effort. You are clearly making effort. You are watching this video right now. The problem is that nobody ever taught you that hair type is not one thing. Hair type is actually 4 separate measurements, and when you combine all 4, you get a complete profile that tells you exactly what your hair needs. Not what someone else's hair needs, yours specifically. The 4 dimensions of hair type, let us start with the 1. Everyone gets wrong. Most people, when they say hair type, they are only talking about curl pattern. That is dimension 1. But professional trichologists, the actual scientists who study hair for a living, they use 4 dimensions: curl pattern, porosity, density, and strand thickness. If you only know your curl pattern, you know 25% of your hair profile. You are flying blind on the other 75%. So in the next 6 minutes, you are going to measure all 4, right now, using things you already have in your home. No special equipment, no paid quiz, no going to a salon. Dimension 1, curl pattern. The system that actually makes sense. The Andre Walker system divides hair into 4 categories. Type 1 is straight, Type 2 is wavy, Type 3 is curly, and Type 4 is coily or kinky. Each type has 3 subcategories, A, B, and C, based on the width and tightness of the wave or curl. Here is exactly how to figure out which one you are. Take a single strand of clean, completely dry hair. And the word completely matters here, because wet hair changes its shape. Hold that strand up to natural light. If it falls completely straight with 0 wave, you are Type 1. If it has an S wave but the waves are loose and wide, you are Type 2A or 2B. If the S wave is more defined and starts close to the roots, you are Type 2C or 3A. If you have tight, spring-like curls, you are somewhere in the 3B to 3C range. And if your curl pattern is a very tight coil, so tight that it looks like the letter Z more than the letter S, you are in the Type 4 family. A critical point that most guides skip: your hair might be different types at different sections. Many people have 2B at the front and 3A at the back. That is completely normal. Always test at least 3 different areas: your nape, your crown, and your temples. Dimension 2, porosity. This is the one that determines whether products work or not. Porosity is how well your hair absorbs and holds onto moisture. This single measurement will completely change which products you buy from this point forward. And the test takes literally 30 seconds. Fill a glass with room temperature water. Drop 1 clean hair strand into the water. 1 strand, not a bunch. Wait exactly 2 minutes. Here is what the result means. If the strand floats on top of the water, you have low porosity hair. If the strand sinks to the bottom, you have high porosity hair. If the strand sits somewhere in the middle, you have normal or medium porosity. Now here is why this matters more than you think. Low porosity hair means your cuticle layer is very tight and sealed. Moisture struggles to get in, but when it does, it stays for a long time. If you have low porosity hair and you are using heavy butters and thick oils, those products are just sitting on top of your hair and making it look greasy and weighed down. Switch to lighter products. Water-based leave-ins, heat-activated products, and lightweight oils like argan or grapeseed. High porosity hair is the opposite. Your cuticle is wide open. Moisture goes in fast, but it comes out just as fast. Your hair dries quickly, it frizzes in humidity, and it feels dry even right after you condition it. High porosity people need heavy sealants. Shea butter, castor oil, and protein treatments every 2 to 3 weeks to reinforce the cuticle structure. One more thing. Heat and chemical processes, bleach, relaxers, repeated straightening, all push hair toward high porosity. If your hair has been through any of those treatments in the last 2 years, test your porosity again today. It has almost certainly changed. Dimension 3. Hair density. How much hair you actually have. Density is simply the number of individual hair strands on your scalp. The average human has between 80,000 and 120,000 strands. Low density means you have fewer strands packed together. You can easily see your scalp through your hair. High density means your strands are tightly packed together. Your scalp is not visible even when the hair is dry and unstyled. Here is the easy home test. Part your hair down the middle with your fingers. No comb, just your hands. Look at the parting line. If you can clearly see a wide section of your scalp, you have low density. If you can barely see your scalp even in the parting, you have high density. If it is somewhere in between, you are medium density, which is where roughly 60% of people fall. Why does density change your routine? Low-density hair should avoid heavy, thick products because they will flatten the hair and make it look even thinner. Volumizing products, lightweight foams, and root-lifting techniques are your tools. High-density hair can handle richer, heavier products because the sheer amount of hair distributes them well. Your wash day will also take longer. Deep conditioners need full 30-minute processing time on high-density hair to penetrate all the way through. Dimension 4. Strand thickness. The measurement that decides your protein routine. Individual strand thickness is different from density. Density is how many strands you have. Thickness is how wide each individual strand is. And you can feel the difference with your fingers right now. Pull one single strand from your head. Hold it between your index finger and your thumb and roll it gently. If you can barely feel the strand, it feels almost like nothing is there. You have fine strands. If you can clearly feel the strand and it has a noticeable presence between your fingers, you have thick or coarse strands. If it is somewhere in between, you are medium. There is also a visual test. Compare your strand against a piece of standard thread. If your hair strand is thinner than the thread, you are fine. Similar in width is medium. Thicker than the thread is coarse. Fine strands are more vulnerable to protein overload. Overusing protein treatments will make fine hair feel stiff, brittle, and will actually increase breakage. Coarse strands, on the other hand, benefit from regular protein treatments because the wider cuticle structure responds well to that kind of reinforcement. This is why some people say protein treatments transformed their hair and other people say protein destroyed their hair. They are almost always a different strand thickness. How to combine all 4 results into your exact hair profile. By now, you have 4 pieces of data. Write them down exactly like this: curl pattern, then porosity, then density, then strand thickness. For example, 3A, high porosity, medium density, fine strands. That is a complete hair profile. Or maybe you have 1B, low porosity, high density, coarse strands. That is a completely different profile that requires a completely different routine. When you walk into a hair shop or you are searching for products online in 2026, you are no longer searching for best shampoo for curly hair. You are now searching for best shampoo for 3 high porosity fine strands, and the difference in result quality is extraordinary. You go from getting 10 million generic suggestions to getting 50 highly specific, genuinely relevant recommendations. One more thing I want you to remember: your hair type can change. Hormonal shifts, pregnancy, thyroid issues, post-COVID effects can shift your curl pattern by an entire category. Significant weight change affects hair density. Chemical treatments change porosity in a matter of 1 session. Retest your hair type every 6 months. Your routine from 2 years ago might be actively working against the hair you have today. Quick product direction based on your actual profile. Straight and wavy hair with low porosity. Use clarifying shampoos regularly. Buildup is your biggest enemy. Lightweight silicone-free conditioners and a weekly scalp massage with diluted rosemary oil will work far better than any heavy mask. Curly hair with high porosity. Your priority is sealing moisture after every single wash. The LOC method, liquid, oil, cream, is your standard routine. Do not skip the oil step, and always use a microfiber towel or a plain cotton t-shirt to dry. Regular terry cloth is actively creating friction damage on your cuticle. Coily hair with any porosity, water is your product. Every single technique, shingling, the greenhouse effect, baggy method, is designed to get water into and keep water inside your strands. Any product with alcohol listed in the first 5 ingredients is working against you every single time you apply it. You now know more about your hair in the last 7 minutes than most people learn in their entire lifetime. All 4 dimensions, curl pattern, porosity, density, strand thickness, you have them measured. You have a real profile. Now you have one job. Comment your complete hair profile right below this video. Tell me your curl type, your porosity, your density, your strand thickness. I read every single comment, and in the next video I'm going to build out specific routines for the most common profiles you all share with me. If this genuinely helped you, share this video with one person in your life who is still guessing. One share from you reaches someone who has been stuck in the wrong routine for years. Subscribe, hit the bell, and I will see you in the next on